the trend I see is that we continue to be a terrible third quarter team to start. The basketball gods, if you do it the right way, they tend to reward you.
No one saw this coming. Two ball-heavy stars sharing the same court without stepping on each other's toes. But somehow in Los Angeles, Luka Doncic and Austin Reaves are flipping the whole storyline on its head. Under JJ Redick, what should have been pure chaos turned into a smooth, balanced machine, and even LeBron is fitting right in like it's nothing. Something wild is happening in LA, and people are finally waking up to it. Luka Doncic and Austin Reaves. Two guys who, on paper, should clash the second they touch the floor together. Both are known as true heliocentric creators, the type of players who shine brightest when everything runs through them. They set the tempo, they make the reads, they decide how every trip down the court ends. Normally, when two players built like that try to coexist, one ends up shrinking, because history shows the league rarely lets two suns shine in the same sky for long. The NBA is filled with duos who had talent but the same tendencies, and that mix usually gets messy fast.
Timeout, Lakers. Luka threw one in from three-quarter court. That won't count.
Hey, did you see that, Austin? Hey, by Austin, did you see that?
On a Monday evening, will come the other way, and Marcus Smart. Good golly, are you kidding me? That's another three-quarter court shot. The Lakers have hit 140 feet worth of shots that haven't counted.
Look at LeBron James and Dwayne Wade, two straight-up alphas who had to learn how to play around each other instead of crashing into each other every possession. For Miami to look like a real championship squad, Wade took a step back and handed LeBron the keys. It wasn't a fall-off, it wasn't disrespect. It was a grown man move for the bigger goal, a shift that took trust, patience, and serious humility. You can spot the same pattern with James Harden and Russell Westbrook, or Kevin Durant and Westbrook, or even Kyrie Irving and Luka in Dallas. The offense turns into a predictable your turn, my turn routine that kills the natural rhythm of the game. Heliocentric pairings rarely lift each other up. They usually clash and drag each other down. And yet somehow JJ Redick came in and flipped the whole script in Los Angeles. Luka Doncic and Austin Reaves aren't just surviving, they're straight thriving together. Both control long stretches, both get their shine, and neither one looks boxed in or forced to shrink.
But just managing the game, we manage their runs, we manage momentum swings on the road, we manage some tough breaks, I thought, in terms of some calls. You know, it's to do that when a teammate hits a shot is pretty awesome.
The Lakers' offense isn't switching back and forth between them, it's blending their strengths into something new. This wasn't supposed to work, but it's working like crazy. To understand why, you gotta look deeper than numbers or highlight clips. Redick designed a system that moves way quicker than anything Luka has ever played in. The ball doesn't glue to anyone's hands. It keeps moving, keeps shifting, keeps opening up angles. Luka doesn't have to carry every possession anymore. Reaves steps in smooth whenever defenses collapse on him, turning pressure into playmaking without hesitating. Redick built a structure based on movement, trust, and flow instead of isolation-heavy hero ball. He turned two ball-dominant creators into synchronized engines that feed off each other instead of fighting over touches.
I think if you look at this game, like a microcosm of this game was we did enough good things to put ourselves in a position to win for most of the game. And that when we didn't do those things, they were self-inflicted.
You touched on it.
They were self-inflicted. So, you know, that's not being organized in early offense. That's having the wrong guy bring it up. That's you know, we knew they were blitzing in stack. That's supposed to be stack 2. The guy stays. Now there's no outlet for the passer. Those are not sprinting back. We make a run. We got two guys back. Buddy Hield gets a wide open 3 for some reason on a full court pass. Those are self-inflicted things.
That's not just tactics. That's understanding how these guys think. Redick knows Luka and Reaves are rhythm players. They need feel, freedom, and comfort to hit their peak. Instead of trapping them in tight, rigid sets, he gave them space to breathe and improvise. And that freedom built something real between them. Mutual respect, trust, and even love. Tell him what I said. You too. Thank you. Thank you for doing your job today. You're stupid. They're not battling for control. They're reacting to each other's instincts and building something stronger every game. That's the secret behind this crazy transformation.
Welcome. Tell him what I said. You too. Thank you for doing your job today.
You're stupid.
I currently have more dunks than him right now.
Is that true?
Yeah, but he don't stay for rebound. He just goes out and he don't want to play defense.
So it was tough, and then now I think he's just getting comfortable.
having a good time. But yeah, he acts like a kid, you know. He needs to grow up at some point.
Luka and Reaves didn't have to stop being themselves. Redick just redesigned the system around what they already do best. He didn't pick one star and dim the other. He built a whole galaxy where both can shine without stepping on each other's light. And that flips the usual NBA pattern on its head, because two heliocentric stars can win championships together, but only when one decides to bend, sacrifice, adapt, or slide into a new lane so the other can flourish. Usually, the talent is so strong the team succeeds anyway, but the tension underneath never really goes away. That's what makes what's happening in Los Angeles so rare. Luka Doncic and Austin Reaves aren't just coexisting, they're elevating each other in real time, and the numbers show it loud and clear. Luka is off to a start that almost doesn't make sense, putting up 35 points, 9.1 assists, and 9.2 rebounds per game with a ridiculous 62% true shooting. Every advanced metric screams he's playing on another level. Luka's offensive impact has never been louder than it is right now. His control of the floor, his ability to read defenses like a book, his pace, all of it is hitting a crazy peak at the same time. And standing right beside him, Austin Reaves is dropping career-high numbers across the board, putting up 28.4 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 6.7 assists per game while shooting 50.9% from the field, 37% from deep, and 87.4% at the line with a wild 67.3% true shooting. Reaves isn't just fitting in next to Luka. He's cooking whether Luka is out there or not. When Luka hits the bench, Reaves steps in as the primary engine of the offense without blinking. He keeps everything steady, attacks matchups, sets up teammates, and sometimes scores even more efficiently than he does when Luka is on the floor. He's learned how to control tempo, punish mismatches, and lead like a star without forcing the game or rushing his reads. What used to be a promising role player has turned himself into a legit star who can run LA's offense exactly how he wants to. Naturally, people expected Austin Reaves to shrink next to a superstar like Luka, maybe become a corner shooter or a simple secondary option waiting his turn, but he refused to fade into the background. Reaves is having the best season of his career in almost every major category: scoring, efficiency, creation, impact, all of it. According to Dunks and Threes, he's sitting in the 97th percentile in offensive EPM, right beside names like Steph Curry, Jalen Brunson, and Tyrese Maxey. And that's supposed to be the second option? That's wild, something you almost never see happen. So maybe you'd assume JJ Redick keeps their minutes separate and just lets each guy run his own unit. But that's not what's happening at all. When Luka and Reaves share the court, the Lakers' offense doesn't just survive, it blows up in the best way. They move the ball faster, score more efficiently, turn it over less, and the whole team gets cleaner looks. Both Luka and Reaves actually post higher offensive ratings together than they do when playing alone. That flips the entire history of ball-dominant duos upside down. Instead of getting in each other's way, they're multiplying each other's impact. It's like Redick ran a chemistry experiment everyone expected to explode, but somehow it keeps coming out perfect every time. The question is, how did he pull this off? Redick's approach is quiet, but straight up groundbreaking. Most coaches start with the superstar. This is Luka's team, and then force everything else to revolve around that. Redick flipped the whole formula on its head. He didn't start with personalities. He started with principles. His question isn't who gets the ball, it's how do we create the best shot possible. That mindset cracked everything open. Now we're watching possessions where Luka, one of the most dominant on-ball players in the entire league, sets a screen and pops out for a catch-and-shoot three off a Reaves drive. That's not Luka sacrificing who he is. That's tactical evolution. That's two stars boosting each other's strengths instead of fighting over touches. Redick built a system that treats both of them as primary creators, and everyone else rotates around their movement, timing, and gravity. Smart screens, spacing, and constant rotations keep the court wide open, and both Luka and Reaves are finishing at career-high rates at the rim. The system didn't just lift one guy, it lifted both of them at the same exact time. So let's break down exactly how JJ Redick manages to boost Austin Reaves without taking anything away from Luka Doncic's dominance. Luka's presence alone bends the entire game around him. Defenses don't just guard him, they straight orbit him. The second he crosses half court, the opponent's top defender locks in and a second helper leans toward Luka before the play even starts. That gravity shifts everything. It takes one elite defender out of the possession instantly and hands Reaves a wide open world to work in. Suddenly the floor opens up and Reaves gets clean spacing with a green light to create plays like he's running a 4-on-4. Most offensive systems have clear strong and weak sides of the court, but with Luka, that concept barely exists anymore. His gravitational pull is so real that even when he's standing still, the defense subtly leans toward him like the court is tilting in his direction. Redick saw that and didn't try to fight it. He built an offense that takes full advantage of that tilt. One of Redick's deadliest weapons is the simple swing-swing sequence, a fast 2-pass action that punishes any defense trying to shade one direction and opens up driving lanes Reaves attacks with confidence. The ball zips from Luka to the corner, then swings across to Reaves, and by the time it lands in his hands, the defense is already stretched out way too thin. With that tiny half-step advantage, Reaves can blow past a closeout or drop a sharp pass that keeps defenders chasing shadows. These aren't random touches. These are designed touches built for damage. Every action is precise, intentional, and timed perfectly to turn Luka's gravity into easy buckets for the whole squad. Reaves isn't Luka's backup or some sidekick waiting for scraps. He's a real co-pilot in the same machine, just operating from a different angle, and that's where Redick's coaching genius really jumps out. He didn't just hand Luka a couple new plays, he changed how Luka dominates the game. Luka still controls the offense, but now it's looser, harder to predict, and way more dangerous. Instead of dribbling everything into existence from the top, he sometimes lets Reaves kick things off, and that one adjustment unlocks whole new layers in Luka's bag. When Luka isn't forced to initiate every possession, he can punish smaller defenders in the post, cut into open lanes, or seal inside for easy touches. His size and strength suddenly become full weapons, not just his passing and step backs. Those slow, stagnant stretches that used to drag the offense down have been replaced with smooth, rhythmic actions that keep defenses guessing every second. Luka might start with what looks like a simple pick and roll, but Redick stacks extra movement on top of it. Reaves stays one pass away to freeze the help defender, and cutters on the weak side pull bodies out of position. The result? Pure chaos. The kind of chaos Luka eats for breakfast. He reads every rotation instantly, spots every tiny crack in the coverage, and fires the right pass before the defense even understands what just happened. This system is special because it doesn't drain Luka, it amplifies him. Redick gives him structure but not leash-tight restrictions. By letting Reaves carry part of the weight, Luka's workload drops while his efficiency spikes. The offense doesn't sit around waiting for Luka to touch the ball. It's already moving before he even steps into the play. This is what evolution looks like in today's NBA, a new version of heliocentric basketball where two creators don't clash but orbit together in sync. It's no longer about one sun overpowering the other. Redick built a whole universe big enough for both stars to shine without dimming each other out. And then there's LeBron James, the third pillar in this wild, unexpected experiment, a historically ball-dominant legend who somehow, even at nearly 41 years old, fits perfectly into a system already run by two heliocentric creators. That sentence sounds impossible, but under JJ Redick, it's happening right in front of us. LeBron isn't just keeping up next to Luka Doncic and Austin Reaves. He's thriving in a fresh role that most people never imagined for him. He might be the Lakers' most versatile defender and definitely one of their smartest playmakers. Redick tapped into something coaches were scared to even try. He turned LeBron's age into a strength instead of a weakness. Does LeBron still have the stamina to defend at a high level and stay active on offense? The early signs say yes. By shifting his focus to screening, cutting, and locking in defensively instead of controlling every single possession, LeBron has turned into the ultimate connector. He's the piece that ties everything together while Luka commands the gravity and Reaves keeps the rhythm alive. LeBron fills every gap like a master craftsman shaping the offense instead of dragging it on his back. He's not carrying the whole load anymore. He's guiding it, smoothing it out, and making everybody around him sharper without needing the ball every trip. That kind of reinvention is rare, especially for someone with his resume. Just think about how wild this is. You've got Luka being fully Luka, dictating tempo, warping defenses, and running the show when needed. You've got Reaves getting just as many on-ball reps as any elite second option in the league. And then you've got LeBron, almost 41, not fading away but redefined in a brand new way under Redick's system. Redick is building something the NBA barely has a blueprint for, a three-initiator offense with almost zero friction. everyone knows their lane, everyone stays empowered, and the system feels alive, constantly shifting its shape depending on who touches the ball next. The flow never dies because every player in this trio can spark the action in their own way. And to think so many people doubted JJ Redick from day one, a first-time head coach, no traditional experience, written off as a podcaster with opinions. Yet here he is, crafting one of the most creative offenses the modern NBA has ever seen. What he's doing with Luka Doncic and Austin Reaves goes way past coexistence. This is straight up evolution. Two players who were supposed to cancel each other out are multiplying each other's impact every night. And with LeBron thrown into the mix, the ceiling just keeps getting higher. The wildest part, they're not even shooting well yet. Both Luka and Reaves are below their expected efficiency from deep, and this offense is still pumping out 121 points per 100 possessions when they share the floor. If their shooting heats up, this thing could get even scarier. That's not luck, that's design. That's Redick refusing to accept the old your turn, my turn system and proving that basketball can be something way more creative when the right minds and the right talent link up. Against all odds, against every superstar pairing that fell apart before them, Redick is making something people swore was impossible actually work. The Lakers aren't just winning, they're redefining what team basketball looks like at the highest level. If this chemistry keeps growing, we're not just talking playoffs, we're talking history. So what do you think? Can JJ Redick really keep this magic rolling, or is it just a hot stretch? Did Luka and Reaves finally prove that two ball-dominant stars can shine together without stepping on each other's game? And where does LeBron sit in this new system? Mentor, connector, or still the king when it counts? I'd love to hear your take. Drop a comment below. Your voice helps this channel grow, and I genuinely appreciate every bit of support. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to BallScope for more wild hoop breakdowns. And hey, another crazy episode is waiting for you right now, so go check it out. See you soon. Peace.